Sim. Thank you. I would like to call the meeting to order. We have returned from executive session where we discussed personnel matters, and I'm gonna call the meeting to order. I will start by calling the roll of the board, starting with District 1, Ms. Jasmine Bowles.
Present.
District 2, Mr. Mark Christmas.
Present.
District 3, Jesse Goree, that's me. District 4, Ms. Victoria Williams.
Present.
Ms. Williams is serving as our vice chair tonight. District 5, Dr. D. Haney.
Present.
District 6, Ms. Baker. District 7, Ms. Sabrina Hill. District 8, Ms. Joy Tellis Cooper.
Present.
District 9, Mr. Benjamin Straker. Dr. Anthony Smith, our superintendent.
Present.
Our attorney, Mr. Clem Doyle.
Present.
Our board liaison, Ms. Kim Blackwood. Our executive assistant to the superintendent and board, Ms. Arlesia Battle. Our executive administrator to the senior deputy superintendent, Ms. Dawn Blau. All right, thank you all. At this time, we will stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ladies and gentlemen, we are under a storm watch. I think you all see that the power continues to go out. I know somewhere people have actually resorted to the lower level. So let's be mindful of the weather. All right. At this time, I want to, before we start our board recognitions, I also would like for us to take a moment of silence to recognize one of our teachers at Hawthorne Elementary School who passed. I believe I'm gonna try to work on this name now. I'm bad at messing up people's names. Miss Cynthia Goins Leach was a third grade teacher at Hawthorne Elementary School. And we lost her, I think, from a battle of cancer. And so let's take a moment of silence for her and her family, please. Thank you. All right, thank you all very much. Okay, the next thing on the agenda would be board recognitions. And so we're gonna come down to the floor and let Mr. White start us up. Come on, board members, please. Ooh.
It's gonna be like. Okay. Madam Chair, Madam Substitute Vice Chair, members of the board, Dr. Smith, members of the cabinet, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we have some really special people here that we want to recognize in this, the very first regular board meeting of the 23-24 school year. I'm going to ask Mr. Manning, Dr. Pitts, Mr. Harrell, Colonel King, Chief Walker, and Kat Charnell, and any other member of the leadership group of the aviation program at Morrow to please come forward and join the board. Come on ahead. Come on. Okay. I would now like to introduce three very special students. Two of them are graduates of the district, and they've come back for tonight's recognition. Would Cadet Captain Kevin Ramos Ocasio, a graduate of 2023, please come forward? Cadet Major Corey Gregory, graduate 2023, if you would please come forward. And still a student in our district, that would be Cadet Captain Joyce Marie Ramos Ocasio, an 11th grader at Morrow High School. Please come forward. These are some very special students. They began the aviation program at Morrow High School during the 22-23 school year and successfully completed the program on June 26 of 2023. In addition, these scholars have successfully completed the FAA Airman Knowledge Exam and were awarded the FAA Ground School Certification. These students are the first students to have done so in this program at Morrow High School, and they now have the opportunity to start flying in preparation of earning their private pilot license. We also want to salute Mr. Omar Brock, and we have a certificate for him for the Brock Foundation Incorporated for providing the program that supports this overall aviation effort so that we can proudly salute the students this evening and thank him as well. And if we have any parents or support personnel, please come forward so they can join in a picture here. Thank you. That's it. For our next presentation, Mr. Manning, you're going to stay up there. I'd like to ask Mr. Gary Townsend if he would come up, Mr. Sam West, members of his leadership team, and as Tiffany Pippins, if she is here with us, to join the board down front. I'm going to ask the Elite Scholars Academy Girls Volleyball team to line up along the far wall. Tonight, we honor the 22-23 Elite Scholars Academy girls volleyball team. They are Tori Harris, Emily Harden, Anaya Frey, Jalen Jones, Anaya Dixon, Kadaya McRae, Shelby Zanders, Genesis Johnson, Ariana Bugs, and the head coach, Catherine Lawrence. All right, now slide back down a little bit. Slide back down a little bit. Yeah. Now, why are we honoring this team tonight? Well, this team earned the United States Marine Corps and American Volleyball Coaches Association Team Academic Award. The program recognizes boys and girls volleyball programs on the scholastic and collegiate levels and honors volleyball teams that maintain a year-long grade point average minimum of 3.3 on a 4.0 scale. Elite Scholars is one of only 18 high school teams in Georgia to receive this honor, and only one of 1,332 collegiate and high school volleyball teams across the country to be given the Team Academic Award for 22-23. The bigger thing is that according to our checking of information, it should be noted that this is the first athletic team in Clayton County Public Schools athletics history to earn a National Team Academic Award. And I know we got some parents out there, so come on up. Okay. Thank you. For this next recognition, we invite Dr. Hopkins, excuse me. Yeah, come on up. And Ms. Rice, if she would. For nearly 20 years, Clayton County Public Schools has celebrated the opening of school with Day One, an initiative that has connected the community with students and family members as they have arrived for the first day of school. The program was designed to provide a smile, words of encouragement, maybe a small gift, as scholars arrived at the campus to begin that 180-day school year journey. Tonight, we honor the school that on August 2nd, 2023, had the highest number of volunteers present to serve as a welcoming force. And that school would be Smith Elementary, and would Dr. Lockhart please come forward? You notice how well trained they are. I didn't have to say, and the team come on up as well. So they just, you know. Come on back a little bit. Come on back in. Come on back. Come on back. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. Excuse me. Okay, take your time. Thank you. Next, I'd like to ask Mr. Lonnie Farmer, Dr. Hopkins, stay up here, please, and Dr. Ratcliffe, if she would come up as well. Ratcliffe, excuse me. And I would also like to invite up from Fountain Elementary School, Ms. Stephanie Rafferty. From Michelle Obama Elementary STEM Academy, Ms. Marcia Edwards. From Babb Middle School, Dr. Deborah Green. And from Mundy's Mill Middle School, Ms. Jakara Young. And any member of your administrative team that's with you, please come on up from each of those schools. Tonight, we are excited to recognize 4 district schools that have received the prestigious Cognia STEM certification. Yeah, there was one there. Where's Marcia Edwards? I'll get one for her. Tell her I'll get one for her. Okay, I apologize. Okay. All right. Babb Middle School, Mundy's Mill Middle School, Fountain Elementary School, and Michelle Obama STEM Elementary Academy have been recognized for their exemplary commitment to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education. Cognia is a globally recognized organization for accreditation and continuous improvement, and conducted a thorough evaluation of each school's STEM's programs, curriculum, and instructional practices. After a rigorous assessment process, all 4 schools successfully met the standards set forth by Cognia. It is very clear that these schools, according to Cognia, are dedicated to providing high-quality STEM education. As we congratulate these schools, I also would like to bring Ms. Trina Reeves, as she's with us tonight, Director of STEM and Innovation, to join us up front as well. Congratulations. Yes. I'm sorry. That's okay. For our final presentation tonight, I would ask Mr. Derek Manning and Ms. Tanisha Bailey if she would come forward and join the board down front. I'm going to read a short piece that I have and then turn it over to our board chair, Ms. Goree. And I would invite Mr. Judah Whaley to please come forward. We are proud to recognize Jonesboro High School sophomore, Judah Whaley, for his outstanding accomplishments to date as a student in the district. Mr. Whaley is a member of the Georgia School Boards Association Youth Advisory Council and has served as a member of a government group of young people from across the state of Georgia affiliated with the state's kid governor, our own Miss Oriana Jordan from Hawthorne Elementary School. He is an exceptional youth leader who has returned from a trip to Africa with the support of the Clayton County Public Schools Foundation Incorporated. And now I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Goree.
Good evening, everyone. We had to go beyond the certificate for this young man. I really need Mom to come up. Mom, come up and tell us out of how many students in Georgia. Come on up. And Dad, come on up, family. Who bring the family? Who else? Bring the family. How many, Mom?
For the advisory council. There were 300 applicants for the Youth Advisory Council for the Georgia School Boards Association, and 97 students made it to the second round, and only 9 from those were selected, and Judah was one of the 9.
Y'all stand up for Judah. Last year, I was very presently surprised. I went to the kid governor's inauguration, and I just happened to run into him, and we started talking, and he said, I'm a student at Jonesboro High School. We didn't even know that he was already on the governing board for the youth in the state of Georgia. So on behalf of the Board of Education, we are giving him a nice token of our appreciation that says for outstanding achievement in student leadership, presented to Judah Whaley by the Clayton County Board, August 7, 2023. He is one of Ms. Joy Tellis Cooper's constituents. And so we want to congratulate him on behalf of the Board of Education. We are so proud of you. Mom says not only does he do this, I believe he's on the football team at Jonesboro High School. You play baseball, and he's on the swim team, and he's an honor student. And I love him to death, but I will admit, if they play Riverdale, North Clayton, or Drew, I'm gonna be on the other side. But I will come over to the Jonesboro side, because they know they gotta do what? They gotta play my song, Talking Out the Side of Your Neck. So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. All right, at this time, I'm going to read the ethics statement. In accordance with Board Policy BH, it is the duty of every board member to avoid both conflicts of interest and appearances of such conflicts. Does any board member have any known conflict of interest or appearance of such conflict with respect of any matter scheduled to come before the board at this meeting or appearing on our proposed agenda? If so, please identify the conflict or appearance of conflict and refrain from participation in the matter involved. Seeing none, we will go to our next item on the agenda, which is public participation. And let me read the rules for public participation. The Clayton County Board of Education welcomes public participation and will hear any interested individual pursuant to the guidelines outlined in policy BCBI. Members of the public will not be allowed to discuss individual personnel issues or confidential student matters. Speakers must identify themselves and topics before speaking. Speakers will be given 3 minutes to speak, and time may not be yielded from one speaker to another. Board members will not respond to comments from speakers. The chairperson may respond as appropriate. Issues requiring possible action by the board may be added to a future agenda. Issues that may need to be addressed by the administration will be duly noted. Abusive language and our personal attacks will not be permitted. Individuals addressing the board must at all times adhere to the civility policy. All right, the first name that I have on the list, and please forgive me if I mispronounce your name, is Mayika Smoot. Who's keeping, Mr. White? Are you keeping time or is Miss, okay, Miss Blackwood's keeping time. All right.
Good evening, I'm Micah Smoot, and I am here on behalf of the Clayton County Education Association. I'd like to thank the superintendent and the board for the opportunity to speak with you. I'd like to address a couple of issues.
Hold on. Technical difficulties.
That's okay. I'd like to address a couple issues.
Wait, that's all right, I'll just do it. Okay, all right, go ahead.
I'd like to address a couple issues that our members have brought to my attention. One concern is the condition of some of our schools. We are aware that some of our buildings in the district are old and not every site is getting a new building. But how is the renovation schedule decided? How are schools slated for renovation prioritized? What are we doing to address the plumbing, air quality, and HVAC issues that some of our schools are experiencing? Buying dehumidifiers and air purifiers are only temporary solutions for bigger problems at our sites. I like new things like most people do. However, the district cannot be focused on building new locations when our current ones are in need of so much repair and maintenance. Another major concern is communication. Employees should always be included in the decisions where their jobs are the topic of discussion. Changes that affect employees' jobs should be communicated with employees as soon as the district is made aware of potential changes. Employees at any and every level in the district should be valued and treated with respect. The manner in which some of the changes are occurring within the district lacks compassion, care, and decency. Sometimes it's not what you do, but how you do it. Instructional support teachers and SST chairs should have been made aware of changes in their positions before the end of June. The timing of that communication was unfair to every educator affected by that decision. Had those educators been made aware of the potential elimination of their positions, they could have looked for opportunities within and outside the district. Sometimes you have to put yourself in someone else's shoes. How would you feel if that happened to you? We as a district have to do better. If we continue to treat people in this manner, we're going to lose a lot of great talent in Clayton County. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. All right, the next name I have on the list is Tamika Royal.
Excuse
me. Good evening, everyone.
You
My name is Tamika Royal. I'm here on behalf of Movement Schools. And so I am the superintendent of Movement Schools, Georgia. And just really excited. Thank you for opening this space. So I've met or spoken to most of you, but Tamika Royal, I've served in the role of teacher, dean of students, dean of curriculum, principal, vice principal, and superintendent. And we're really excited to bring Movement Schools to Georgia, Clayton County in particular. One of the things you'll keep seeing us, our persistence is for a reason. So what we know is that Clayton County students are amazing. They're beautiful. We saw Judah there, but we know that that is not the story for every single child. Across the district, 13% or less than 20% of our students in Clayton County are proficient in math and literacy in 3rd grade. And so that percentage is not okay. And so I know we all feel that. And so the urgency around what do, we want to be a part of that solution. And so we have schools in North Carolina in which serve a very similar population. And so over the last 2 years, we've been able to take the same exact students and bring them up to 60% plus proficient. And so how we've been able to do that is not because we are any better than anyone else or our students are any better. It's best practices that work for all children that we want to bring and make sure that the students of Clayton County have the same opportunities that Judah has and the same opportunities that students across our North Carolina schools, but also the Georgia schools, what they deserve. And so we are on the agenda today, and we're just hopeful that we can continue to be partners with the Clayton County School District, because we know that less than 20% does not represent the beauty of our children or of our dynamic community here. And so thank you. We hope to partner with you.
Thank you for your comments. The next name that I have is Carrie Ann Thomas.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Carrie Ann T. Thomas, and I serve as the CEO of Movement Schools. At Movement Schools, our mission is that we exist to love and value our scholars through leading a movement of excellence in education. We do this in partnership with our families to equip our scholars with the tools that they need to close generational gaps through self-efficacy, as well as get access to a world-class instruction and financial education. I share our mission because a lot of people, for them, their mission is just words on a paper. For us, we actually live our values and we live our mission. But I don't have that much time to dive that deep into it because there's only a couple of minutes. But in terms of my background, my bio, I am from Brooklyn, New York. However, Atlanta is my second home. I attended the Spelman College. Anyone? No? Got it? One day. So Atlanta is my second home, the place in which I am continuing and to choose to do this incredible work. I served as a teacher, an assistant principal, a principal. While as a principal, I led a turnaround school, making history in Connecticut, taking a turnaround school, a school that was about to be shut down and lose its charter, turning it around within 1 year, outperforming local schools, outperforming the district, outperforming the state, being the #1 school in that city. I say that because it is a proof point that our children, regardless of their zip code, regardless of their background, regardless of like how they look, they can and they can succeed based on the rigorous things that we put in front of them and the expectations that we have for them. So I say that to serve as a proof point. And my commitment as the CEO of the organization is that I get leaders that run our organizations that have also been a proof point. Tamika that just came up, she just left her principalship in which over 90% of her students are proficient in mathematics and in reading. Those are the type of leaders that I am committed to placing in front of our babies, placing in front of our children. She is going to be running and leading the Georgia region. And again, that is my commitment in terms of like the type of people that we place in that seat. And that commitment is so that we have more Judahs that was brought up here. Thank you all so much.
Okay, you still had a minute. Thank you. The next person on the list is Nick Stone Street.
Hello, I'm Nick Stone Street. It's very nice to spend time with you all. I've met some of you before. I'm with Movement Schools. I'm the chairman of the board for Movement Schools, and we're really excited about the opportunity to come and serve in Clayton. We bring, I think you've seen Tamika and Carrie Ann and heard from them the resources that we can bring, the depth of talent that we can bring, the measures of success that we've had in other communities are something that we're really excited about bringing to Clayton and serving with you all and working with you all to care for these babies, yeah? So I've actually run regulated businesses literally all over the world. And so as board chair, one of the commitments is to make sure that the school is run in a professional manner, in a way that will make this county proud of the commitment that you're giving us by letting us place a school here. And in return, the commitment that we give to you is excellence in academics and also running a school in the way that would make your county proud. So we're excited about this opportunity and we're grateful for this time. We're all in it together to take care of these babies. Thanks for letting me speak.
Thank you. The next name is Jason Terrell. Bless you.
Hey, good afternoon, board. My name is Jason Terrell. I'm an Atlanta native, so I consider myself a Grady baby. I'm a part of the Movement School Board, and I'm just want to share my support and commitment to supporting kids here in Clayton. My background is I'm a K-12 teacher. By background, I started my career as a 7th and 8th grade English teacher, and I also started the largest national nonprofit to support increasing more Black male teachers to the education space. As you know, Black men represent 2% of all your teachers. We have strong partnerships with Movement in Charlotte and help really diversify the teacher workforce, the teacher pipeline for Movement in Charlotte. And I know Atlanta and Atlanta Metro period, it just has a wealth of diversity, specifically when this educator pipeline. But we want to continue to support, to ensure that more teachers are placed here, they're supported here, and they have that robust support that Movements will provide. So we're excited to partner with you, and hopefully we'll be in touch soon. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Jason Crane.
Good evening. Excuse me. My name is Jason Crane. I am a Movement board member. I'm happy to be here to represent Movement and our dedication to the children of this district. I happen to be the president of Slutty Vegan. We opened a store right here in Jonesboro. I actually see a lot of the children of the community. I work with them, and fortunately, I've even lost them. So my commitment to Clayton County is, I think, is one that comes from a different perspective. Basic background, I'm a graduate of Morehouse College. I've also served on other boards. I'm a founding board member and chairman of Scholar Made, which is a charter school in Arkansas. And overall, I'm just happy to be here and support what we're doing in Movement, and hopefully we can work with you and your students.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Tim Hurley.
Good evening. My name is Tim Hurley. I lead the Movement Foundation, and I'm here to express my support for Movement Schools. We have successfully partnered with KTT and her team to launch a number of schools in North Carolina. We would love to do the same thing with you all here in Clayton County. I think a lot of what has made those partnerships so successful in North Carolina is a shared excitement about the work, both at a state and a local level. So if we were to go forward with this partnership, that's what we would hope for from the Movement Foundation side, is a shared sense of confidence and excitement as we go forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Our last speaker is Travis McNeil.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, and Mr. Superintendent, Dr. Smith. My name is Travis McNeil. I've been a native of Clayton County for the last 2 years. My background is high school referee. I have also been a professional arena football player and a recreational coach. I'm here to ask for your attention or maybe some more time to enroll or install a Clayton Academy. I can give you guys this link. You can pull all this stuff up right now, or I can give it to you later. So Clayton Academy is more tailored to elementary schools sports, ranging from 2 age groups. It'll be 6 to 8 and 9 to 11. These 2 age groups, from whichever sport they are, will all practice on their own elementary school campuses. We will have games in one central location, which I thought Mr. Stryker would be here, over at the old Morrow High School facilities. Doing research, that facility is one of the biggest facilities that I've found in Clayton County that hosts 2 baseball fields, 2 basketball gyms, 1 football field, and a field for the band to practice on, which could be tailored to another football field. So I'm asking you guys for a partnership to, let's sit down and talk about Clayton Academy to install recreational sports in our elementary schools for those 2 age groups, which will allow us to get broad communication out through the community, and we can start our Clayton Clean movement also. And also it would allow our parents to not have to pick up their kids right when school gets out. The kids will be able to go straight from the class onto the field, start practicing there without going home and wasting that couple of moments on the bus to get home and then get taken back to practice. So we're trying to get all this stuff on campus. We play games on Saturdays at one central location, and we will have referee associations. All of our volunteers, coaches, referees, and everyone will be 30 seconds. All our volunteers, coaches, everyone will be vetted, background checked, and things of that nature. And once again, thank you guys for hearing me. My name is Travis McNeil. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That concludes public participation for this evening. Thank all of our speakers for coming before us. All righty. At this time, we will have recommendations from executive session. I'm gonna turn it over to Dr. Smith.
Madam Chair, Ms. Vice Chair, members of the board, colleagues, and members of the community, I would like for the board to consider for the position of assistant principal at Jackson Elementary School, Mr. Walter Butler.
Board members, I need a motion for the superintendent's recommendation of Mr. Walter Butler as the assistant principal at Jackson Elementary School. Dr. Haney?
Madam Chair, I'd like to accept that motion from the superintendent to accept Walter Butler to become the assistant principal at Jackson Elementary School.
I need a second. Ms. Williams?
I second it.
It's been moved and properly second that we accept the superintendent's recommendation of Mr. Walter Butler as the assistant principal at Jackson Elementary School. Please vote. All right, let me see. And the vote is 6 in favor, and that is a unanimous vote tonight. Ms. Battle, Ms. Williams is sitting in Mr. Stryker's seat.
Thank you, board, for your vote. Is Mr. Butler present? If so, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, Mr. Butler. Thank you, board. I'd like for the board to consider for the position of assistant principal at Oliver Elementary School, Ms. Shelley Lindsay.
Board members, I need a motion for the superintendent's recommendation of Ms. Shelley Lindsay as the assistant principal at Oliver Elementary School. I will make the motion that we accept the superintendent's recommendation of Ms. Shelley Lindsay as the assistant principal at Oliver. I need a second. Ms. Williams.
I second it.
All right, it's been moved and properly second that we accept the superintendent's recommendation. Please vote. All right, and the vote is 6-0. It's a unanimous vote.
Ms. Lindsay, if you're present, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. Thank you, board. I would like for the board to consider for the position of Coordinator of Construction, Design, and Procurement, Ms. Janelle McMillan.
All right, board members, I need a motion for the superintendent's recommendation of Ms. Janelle McMillan as the Coordinator of Construction, Design, and Procurement. Ms. Bowles.
So moved.
I need a second. Ms. Cooper.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Please vote. It is a unanimous vote.
Congratulations. Is
6-0.
Mrs. McMillan present? Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. Thank you, board. I would like for the board to consider for the position of Coordinator of Construction, Mr. Nicholas Harrod.
Board members, I need a motion for the superintendent's recommendation of Mr. Nicholas Hurrah as the Coordinator of Construction. Ms. Bowles.
So moved, Madam Chair.
All right, I need a second. Mr. Christmas.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we accept the superintendent's recommendation. Please vote. All right, and the vote is 6-0. It's a unanimous vote.
Thank you, board. If Mr. Harrod present, please stand and be recognized.
All right, Mr.
Congratulations, sir. Thank you, board.
All right,
As
I'm
information,
sorry, I was gonna get the, go ahead.
yeah, as information, I would like for the board to acknowledge and recognize a movement in terms of a principalship from Point South Middle School to the principalship at Mount Zion High School, Ms. Kimberly Grant. If Ms. Grant present, please stand. Thank you. Also, for information, I would like for the board to acknowledge in an acting role of assistant principal for the position of acting principal at Point South Middle School, Mrs. Malika Wright. If Mrs. Wright, if you're present, please stand. Congratulations. Also, I'd like as information for the board to acknowledge in the role of acting assistant principal at Forest Park Middle School, Mrs. Sarah Vasquez. Ms. Vasquez, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. Thank you, board.
All right, board members, very quickly, we do want to get a picture with them, so if someone could move the podium, can you all come up quickly? We want to take a picture. Mr. Butler used to be my grandchildren's administrator. Glad to see him in Clayton County.
Excuse me, sir. Thank you.
Look, I should have been putting it on. I'm the one over here coughing out that perfume. There. Oh, let me- That group is quietly leaving. All right. All right, at this time, we will have announcements, and Ms. Williams is sitting in as the vice chair this evening. So, Ms. Williams, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
Good evening, Madam Chair, board members, district administrators, and citizens of Clayton County. Here are the announcements for the month of August. The district will host a virtual information session on school choice for the 2024-2025 school year on Thursday, August 24th from 6 to 7. Parents and guardians and families interested in the district school choice program should participate in the meeting. To register, please visit the district website. The August board work session will be held Monday, August 28th in the boardroom of the administrative complex. The meeting will begin at 6. The school district will observe the first extended learning beyond the classroom day of the 2023-2024 school year on Friday, September 1st. All students in grades pre-K through 12 will remain home for asynchronous or independent learning, while all staff will report to work on that day. All school and offices will be closed in observance of Labor Day on Monday, September 4th. The September board meeting will be here in the boardroom on Tuesday, September 5th at 6 p.m. And tonight we will close the announcements with the plan of a special video showcasing the opening of the 2023-2024 school year. Madam Chair, that concludes tonight's announcements.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. We had an amazing day one. Anything you'd like to say, Dr. Smith?
I'd just like to thank the board for your tremendous support. Would like to thank the staff, but most importantly, I'd like to thank the stakeholders and our students and parents for helping us have what some people argue may be one of our best openings. So we're proud. We want to keep that going. Thank you.
All right, I want to reiterate, and I want to thank Dr. Smith and all of his staff, because I tell you now, I am going to brag here. I think I did about 24 schools total, but every school that I went to, I found some of you all at the school. So you all really worked it out, and Ms. Rice did the construction hats, even though I didn't care about wearing it because my head's kind of big, but I did comply. And it was just lovely. And again, congratulations to Smith for having the most construction workers there. So it was a great day, and I always enjoy it. Okay, so the next thing that we have on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. These are the minutes from the board work session, board meeting on June 26, 2023. I'm just checking to see if anyone has anything that they need to add or delete for those minutes. All right, seeing none, we will accept them as presented. We are also discussing the minutes from the call board meeting on July 12, 2023. Checking to see if there are any deletions, additions, corrections. Seeing none, we will accept them as presented. At this time, the next item on the agenda is updates to the board.
Madam Chair, Ms. Dr. Delphia Young will come and present updates.
All right. We need our podium back.
Podium back.
Hmm?
Want to move the podium back?
Well, either she can, either way. You go there? Okay.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Guri, our Vice Chair for tonight, Madam Williams, members of the board, Superintendent Smith, and the audience. Tonight I present to you 2 charter school petitions approval recommendations. Board members, you received the petitions, supporting documents, and the executive summary for your review. Our first charter petition that we want to look at for recommendation is the Favor Transition Academy. After the team reviewed the petition and looked at the original petition and the subsequent revisions, we found, if you look at the statement there, that the petitioner revisions were incomplete and lacked specificity and did not meet the minimum requirements as outlined by the state of Georgia that would help the reviewers ascertain if the petitioners could operate a school that was viable and was in the best interest of Clayton County Public Schools and Clayton County. Therefore, the committee recommends the Board of Education vote to deny the petition as recommended by the committee. Thank you. Similarly, we also looked at the Movement School Atlanta, the original petition, February 23rd, 2023, and subsequent revisions in July. We had similar concerns, and our recommendation is again for this school is to vote to deny the petition as recommended by the committee. At this time, do you have any questions?
Do we have any questions? All right, I'm going to make a comment. I am actually disappointed in the recommendation for the movement charter. And I say this because the movement charter in particular was for the area in which I serve. And currently, we have, as I go back and reflect on the history of us, we currently have a charter school in my district. It's actually right behind my house that this board denied. That charter actually went before the state and received, they became a state charter. They have now, as of last year, they took away 1,200 of our students. They now have 1,700 of our students in their school. Every morning, I'm a bit upset because I can't leave my house because everybody's taking their kids there. I personally feel like on that end of the county, we do need choice for our students. And I do believe that the movement school would give us that choice. As I can see with schools in that area, the northern part of the county, we are losing schools to those people. I feel like it would be better for the charter to come up under Clayton County Public Schools as opposed to a state charter, because then we lose the revenue for FTE count. And my other issue was, this was actually not under Dr. Smith's watch, because when the process began, we had other people that were overseeing the whole evaluation, and I don't feel like the procedures were in place. And I am glad that later on we will be voting, and we also will be looking at our policies. So going forth, we will be in compliance as to what our policy does say. Those are basically my comments. Are there any other comments? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. The consent agenda is comprised of the financial report, the SPLOST revenue report, the purchasing report, the SPLOST construction report, and personnel changes report. I need a motion for us to accept the consent agenda, or is there anyone that needs something pulled from the consent? All right, Mr. Christmas.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Okay, Ms. Cooper.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second that we accept the consent agenda. Please vote. All right, and the vote is 6 in favor of the consent agenda. All right, the next item on the agenda is to vote for policy series I. This is the third read. And as I've mentioned, in that policy, we will be addressing the charter schools. So I need a motion for approval of policy series I. Mr. Christmas.
So moved.
All right, I need a second. Ms. Cooper.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we accept the policy series I. Dr. Haney. Okay, it's a unanimous vote, 6 in favor. The next item on the agenda is to address Favors Transition Charter Academy. The district's position is to reject the charter. Do I have a motion? Ms. Williams.
I move the recommendation.
All right, there's a motion to accept the superintendent's recommendation. I see a second. Ms. Cooper.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second that we accept the superintendent's recommendation. Please vote. All right, we have 4 in favor of the superintendent's recommendation to reject and 2 in opposition. The next item on the agenda is the superintendent's recommendation is to reject Movement School Atlanta Charter. Do we have a motion for the superintendent's recommendation? All right, I don't see a motion. I'll make a motion to reject the superintendent's recommendation. I need a second. Is there a second? All right, Ms. Williams,
I second it.
thank you. We need to vote. It's been moved and properly second to reject the superintendent's. All right, the vote is 4 in favor of rejecting the superintendent's recommendation, 1 abstention and 1, do you have a question? Oh, I'm sorry, abstention and 1 in opposition. All right, what that means is that Movement Charter School will be the charter school. I believe we've covered everything. Have we covered everything? You have a question? You get ready to tell us something, Mr. Doyle? Do I have to make another
I was
motion?
just making sure on the movement charter school, the superintendent's recommendation was upheld. Is that what you meant?
No. My motion was to reject the,
Okay, I just want to make sure we're clear with our minutes on that. Thank you, Madam Chair.
all right. Have I covered everything? All right, we are in adjournment.